Hey guys, Pancake Ninja 27 here. Today we're going over the Bungie Weekly update for 7/23/15. This one is all about the weapon manufacturers. They're up in the spotlight now. They used to be kind of just a thing that would only show up occasionally in the Grimoire, and if you paid close attention to symbols and stuff. So, let's get on into it. First up is Heke, and yes, I spent some time before this video learning to pronounce the Unlao. So, hopefully I said it correctly. If not, then I just looked dumb. So, Heke, functional, reliable, unapologetic. That is the slogan. So, let's look into specifically what's up with Heke weapons. So, first off, Heke weapons all start with a more tightly focused band of base stats that don't spike as high or low as other weapon families, granting a solid foundation for growing the weapon. So basically, it's going to be the base medium. It's going to be the base medium, where nothing is going to be spiking up or spiking down. This is going to be your medium set. It's just an all-around average gun that performs perfectly for what it's designed for and doesn't do anything that it's not designed for. It's just sleek, it does its job, and it does it well. Kind of weaponry. My apologies, there are seaplanes outside, so that's what you guys are hearing. So on a Heke talent grid, you'll see a simplified set of scopes that work best for the weapon. Again, it does its job well, and no one else's job. Front-loaded perk nodes, with the stat upgrade options occupying the final column. Heke perk selection is focused on offensive actions and combat tactics. Heke pulse rifles fire a burst of 4 rounds, compared to all others usually doing 3, but with the damage adjusted to match the DPS of a 3-round burst. So, also, it states that fire time between the bursts is slightly faster. So basically, it's very unique, and actually, I think I'm gonna like that quite a lot. If I'm gonna be using a if I'm gonna use a pulse rifle, I'm certainly gonna try out a Heke, because that's just really cool to me. That it shoots 4 instead of 3. That's just, it might turn out to just be worse, but I'm really excited to try that kind of gun out. It's gonna be really fun for me. I think I'm gonna try out a lot on one as well if I can get it. Then we're seeing some concepts for the Heke weapons. Currently is the auto rifle in concept and then rendered in game. Next is a shotgun concept, then rendered in game. The Crucible map for the tower is shown in that one there. The pulse rifle with 4 bursts is shown for the concept then rendered in game. Next is what's probably going to be my favorite manufacturer right off the bat, and I know it's my friend's favorite manufacturer as well. Omelon. The future is what we make it. Experimental, bordering on irresponsible, powered by barely understood technology. A fusion of the mad scientist and product engineer of the new frontier. Hallmark is the liquid ammo displays and Omelon power cells. Omelon is the future returned. If that doesn't get you excited about their weapons, Hardlight being one of them, then, I mean, I guess they're not your type, but man, I'm really excited to goof off with these weapons. They're going to be so much fun, and I'm going to have a blast with them. So, Omelon is the first foundry to experiment beyond the world of combustion ballistics, supporting lighter ergonomic frames. Omelon weapons start with a generous base handling stats to build from. So basically, your weapon's going to handle pretty darn amazingly. Omelon talent grids focus on behavioral perks over stat customization. So, instead of getting the, okay, you can cut down your reload by a bit so you get some more ammo and increased range. No, you get stuff like the bouncing bullets and stuff, which you can tell that they didn't just make this stuff up, because that's what Hardlight's been doing from the beginning. So they just didn't implement it well, I guess. So You can actually tell that this is the stuff that they intended to do with the base game, but they just didn't get to it. So I'm really excited about this. So here's the scout rifle concept then rendered in game. You can see it's doing like a light burst, just like Hardlight does and such. And this is pure speculation on my part, but I'm thinking that if you look at that light right there on the side, it's possible, maybe, just maybe, that that's going to be a representation of how full your mag is. This could be just complete, not even the case, but if I had to guess, that would be my guess. And keep in mind that I know nothing. I haven't even talked to Bungie. I'm not even 100% sure if they know I exist. The hand cannon concept, then rendered in game. Also, might I add, that is a beautiful cloak. Now, Hunter's my main. I want that cloak really badly. That looks just awesome. Omelan's sniper rifle. This is certainly going to be interesting to see how this weapon maneuvers. So, because it's a light-based sniper weapon. So, first off, it's going to look beautiful when I'm firing it, I'm quite sure. And what kind of stats and, like, bonuses, other than obvious bounce rounds, could we get on this weapon? Obviously, like, stagger rounds, I would assume, but I don't know. It's going to be fun to test out stuff you can get on these. Now, Suros. We know this manufacturer quite well due to the Suros regime, the former PvP monster of a weapon. It's actually still pretty decent if you use it right now. Suros. Elegance in the face of brutality. Now, Suros, simply put, some say the best weapon for a Guardian is the one they can customize to match their intent. Suros believes in options. Weapons can be repurposed for a variety of combat situations. Suros talent grids offer 2 columns of 2-step perks. If you look at Fang of Urya, this is the, hey, do you want to mark that person when you shoot him, or do you just want to reload faster when your mag's empty? That kind of perk setup. Granting more options for changing weapon stats than any other foundry. Single behavior perk is grounded in the middle of the talent grid as a focus point for the weapon's core potential. Makes sense. You put it in the middle, and it's the center. I like it. So that's basically the base perk you're going for, and you want some other perks that will match that perk and make it work even better, is what you're going to try to do. So you can make a weapon that is really good for close range and is really powerful, and you just flip 2 changes in your perk tree, and you can make it good, better at long ranges and not so good at the close range combating. So that's going to be fun. I'm certainly going to try out an auto rifle of these, of course. And, now that I think about it, I might want to try a shotgun from these guys to see what stuff that's like. Also, you will absolutely be seeing me rock the Suros rocket launcher. As you'll see here in a second, it just looks super beautiful. Here is the Suros auto rifle rendered in-game. And then above it is the concept. Next is a very, very beautiful looking scout rifle. Followed is my probably favorite Suros weapon here. It's the rocket launcher. As you can see right there, it has a dragon on it. Why? I don't know. It looks awesome though, so we don't care. Haha. Now, here's the reason you clicked on this video. I'm going to get to that right there. More quests will lead you directly to specific guns. Huh? But yeah, let's read the full thing here. There will be more choices than ever to arm yourself in the tower. Factions will have their own guns, classes will have their own guns, more quests will lead you directly to specific guns, even the gunsmith will have a new way to include you in his enterprise. We'll inspect all of that as well before you can earn the means to equip yourselves to meet a rising threat. Triggers down, Guardians. But yeah, it's stating here that we're gonna get completely a whole new set of guns and stuff in the tower. Like with the previous 2 expansions, the vendors will have their gear reset to show different stuff. So these faction guns, I'm gonna be really interested to see, because I would think maybe something along the lines of Dead Orbit rocks Omelon or something, just because that's their choice. That would be interesting as well if you see stuff like that. Or maybe even like a mix between the two. But it would be cool if it's just like Dead Orbit just prefers this, because it gives like even more background story to the factions, because they're kind of just, hey, there's a figurehead here, you can grab that emblem, throw it on you, and all that nonsense. And yeah, you go do the same stuff, and we'll give you rep instead of those other guys. So there's that logic, which I think would be really cool to see. But yeah, actually that would make sense if you think about it, because they are only telling us of the 3 weapon manufacturers. Maybe I'm onto something. Probably not though, considering I know nothing about what Bungie tells us. But yeah, personally, these more quests will lead you directly to specific guns. That sounds like a reference to the exotic bounties, which I think they're trying to merge quests and bounties as just quests in general. But yeah, so also they did say in a previous update that there will be more exotic quest lines. So that paired with more quests will lead you directly to specific guns. Perhaps they're doing what I would hope that they would do, which is just avoid using RNG for new exotics and make really challenging quest lines so that you physically earned your new gun, you earned your Jade Rabbit, you did everything you had to do to get it, instead of, hey, I ran Nightfall week 1 and it just kind of gave it to me. That was a little too easy. But hey, I'm not going to complain, I'm just going to go shoot things with a new gun. That kind of thing. Personally, I'd be really excited to see that, so that like they can actually tune exactly how challenging it is for you to get this exotic. So say, okay, the new Jade Rabbit, we're gonna have this challenging that's this much. So like Thorn, then you can compare it. Okay, this weapon should be maybe twice as challenging to get as Thorn, or maybe this thing should be about as hard to get as Thorn. So instead of tiering rarity of the weapons, just randomly, this one has 30% chance more likely to drop from the Nightfall than this one, just arbitrary, leaving RNG to see who gets it. They can make it by, okay, everybody has access to it, but you just have to be good enough to actually get it. Personally, I think that's better, just because, like, it's the really, I earned it. I had to go through this. Man, it took me 12 hours to get this thing. Over 2 days, I just went as hard as I can, and man, when I finally got it, it was the best feeling ever. I think they're going to try to go for that going on instead of, oh yeah, it was just given to me. But yeah, that's all we have for the update for 7.13. Not 7.13, you know what I mean. 7.23, 2015. Pancake Ninja 27, signing off.